Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Okay, here we go, folks. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is doing well and that everybody is doing well. I'm Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. Okay, so let's look at the facts and then we can come down to what exactly is this, because there's different ways that you can read exactly what happened. So basically the situation is, folks, that Mexico has been handed a fine and a one-game supporter ban for anti-homosexual chants during the World Cup. The article says that the Mexico Football Federation has been given a fine and a one-match supporters ban due to discriminatory chants by fans at the 2022 World Cup, FIFA's disciplinary committee announced on Friday. The chants were heard during Mexico's group stage games against Poland and Saudi Arabia. The FIFA disciplinary committee has sanctioned the Mexican Football Association with a fine of 100,000 Swiss francs, which is roughly 108,000 US dollars. If we put that into Jamaican dollars, that is millions, and one match in a FIFA competition to be played behind closed doors by its men's national team, suspended for a probationary period for breaches of Article 13 of the FIFA disciplinary code in light of chants by Mexican supporters. So, along with Mexico, FIFA has also listed punishments for football associations from Ecuador, Serbia, and Croatia for acts of discrimination by fans at the World Cup. A disciplinary case was also opened against Argentina for alleged misconduct and violations of fair play during the World Cup. Now, let's recap as it relates specifically to the ban, right? Because Mexico, their next game is Suriname on March 23, and then they play Jamaica on March 26. They've received a supporters ban, right? But here's the thing. IMAXXIT, how much does it affect the outcome? We'll get to that quite shortly. Jerome876 says, oh, well, Mexico do know. Excuse me, manners, blessed morning. If you haven't already, guys, smash the like button and also smash the subscribe button as well. So here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing, right? It says a one-match supporters ban, right? It doesn't specify if the supporters are barred from going to the Suriname game in the CONCACAF Nations League, or if it's definitely going to be the home game, or if it's going to be the home game against Jamaica. So that still is something that is lingering. If it's specifically going to be the away game against Suriname where no fans are allowed to travel to, will be the next right. So, and so let's get right into this, right? IMAXXIT says they did also before, so I guess that's how they are, to be honest. How much bans before it's permanent? I don't think you're going to see a permanent no fans. I don't think we're going to see that, to be quite frank with you. But again, it's making the point and making reference specifically to in relation to a one game with no fans. We still don't know if that is going to be the Suriname away game where no fans travel, or specifically the next home game which the Mexicans will have, which will of course be against Jamaica. That's their next home game. Mexico Football Federation has given a fine and a one-match supporters ban. Remember, a fine, which they will pay, of course, and a one-match supporters ban. One-match supporters ban. The FIFA Disciplinary Committee has sanctioned the Mexican Football Association 100,000 Swiss francs and one match in a FIFA competition to be played behind closed doors by its men's national team. When you look at that, behind closed doors, that gives it a little bit more context, right? It gives it a little bit more context because the game against Suriname, which is away, it kind of makes it obvious that it wouldn't be behind closed doors, right? Because what did Suriname do? Suriname didn't do anything wrong, right? So why should their home game be played behind closed doors? So quite naturally, you would say that it would be the encounter against Jamaica because that is their next FIFA sanctioned game at home. I know, but they need to find a way to fix for good. Understood. But IMAXXIT, I've dropped the link in the description. So if you want to chime in for a few minutes, you can. Or if you're on the road, no problem. But the link is here. And just to pick your brain a little bit on this in particular, you're more than welcome to hop in. But it's something that should be processed. Something that should be analyzed, right? So that's where we are right now as we speak. Something that we should be looking towards. Now, the next thing is this. If it is, okay, great. If it is, in fact, that this game in particular will be played behind closed doors, that's the Jamaica versus Mexico game, is that positive? Is that something that we should say, does that give more enthusiasm from a Jamaican standpoint? Remember, September 2nd, 2021, Mexico took on Jamaica in Mexico City at the Azteca Stadium in front of no fans. And you could say Jamaica were seconds away from a historic point at the Azteca. Now, JD has asked a compelling question, and one that I don't think you can ignore. So, with that being said, from this standpoint, Mexico are still to find a new head coach. Jamaica already has a new head coach in the hot seat. Jamaica already has 2 games under their belt under Coach Hallgrimson. Argentina and Cameroon. 2 games under the belt at this point in time. 2 games under the belt right now as we speak. Mexico, they're still looking for a replacement for Martino. We're in the middle of January right now. These games are literally 2 months from now. And when the new coach comes in for Mexico, the only game he will have prior to facing Jamaica will be against Suriname. So, from a Jamaican standpoint, you would have to say that there is reason for optimism, there's reason for promise, there's reason for hope, there's everything that you should say, well, wow, this is something that really, really should be processed, you know? Why not? Yeah, well, it's something that we should think about. You know, I'm grateful that our good friend JD says he has a couple of minutes. I won't take all of his time, even if it's 5 minutes. He hops in and hops out. Cool. But let's just hear and bring JD on. All right, sir. All is well.
Hello, are you hearing me, sir? Simon?
Loud and clear. That's a crisp
Okay, good.
microphone. Yes.
And yes, because I'm just installing some other things. I need to change this computer upstairs to a next one.
Okay.
So
Understood.
I'm just testing out my mic and stuff. Yes, man. I saw the topic and it's kind of interesting. And just to because I really wanted to know how you feel if it's no fans are fans. Because I truly don't know where you think the team is at this point. Like the quality of the team.
Right. Quality of the Mexican team specifically, or
No, not the Mexican team. We just saw them
Okay.
in the World Cup, and I know how good they are. So, what you expect from this Jamaica team off the rip, based on what you saw in the Argentina, and also
Right.
I wouldn't put the Cameroon game, but just the Argentina game, because that was our more closer to our real team, right?
Fair. I understand. I would have felt more comfortable going into the Mexico game if there was a confirmed friendly prior to this game. Now, the president of the JFF has spoken about, potentially trying, and Mr. Speed early in the week saying we're always working, but it's so difficult, especially the time frame, because we have a match the 26th, which is against Mexico, and the 23rd or 24th is a weekend that we could play a friendly, but that's too tight. So does it make sense to play friendly? So me personally, I would have loved to have a friendly prior to the Mexico game. But answering your question in relation to the squad, there were encouraging signs for us to take from the Argentina game specifically. I don't think at any point in the game that many people could have said, oh, we were blown out of the water. The scoreline, did it reflect how the game went? In many sense, you could say yes, a bit unfortunate that those two late goals went in those particular games. But I could definitely say yes, this is something that we're trying. Okay, you could definitely see a clear intent. Fragments, you could say, of a clear identity. So that's why I am encouraged, and that is why I'm looking forward to what Coach Hallgrimsson will have in store for the future. In a sense, you could say perhaps a clean slate, because he's coming in, I don't want to say as a neutral, but somebody fresh. He's not Jamaican. He doesn't have Jamaican heritage or any links to the island apart from coming on a honeymoon or vacation with his wife a couple of years ago. So it's not like you would say Simon knows JD for X amount of years, and Simon is going to give JD an opportunity because Simon knows JD a long time. So that is fresh out of the water. So
Yeah.
But I do think there will be a teething phase because of how he operates his teams, traditionally speaking. There will be a bit more work to be done in terms of how our midfielders defend and the line that they set up. So we're going to need players that are willing to work. And I think, I'm not sure if it was yourself or somebody else were saying sometimes favorites of the fans might not get as much playing time as they would have liked. It's about what is for the team. And that is something that is going to have to be a very, very harsh reality for the fans. I'm not saying for the Mexico game, expect 20 new faces, but I'm just saying that household names that you might have said him should be in the 11 might not necessarily be the case. It's all about how that 4-4-2 might work. I believe it might be 4-4-2 for under Hallgrimsson. But I'm coming into this year 2023 with a lot of optimism. I'm just hoping that we can match up what we have now with results. It's about winning now for me. I mean, Mr. Speed was saying that trophies doesn't necessarily mean success this year for Jamaica, but it's about progress in terms of the performances and how they play. But personally, I would love to see a trophy, whether it's Nations League or Gold Cup. For me, I would be happy this calendar year if we end 2023 with one of those two. It's not going to be easy, but I personally would be happy if one of those two are secured. It shows for me growth in the whole setup.
Okay, okay, all right. Bless up, Tennessee and Jerome. Massive respect.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
and thanks for having me, Sir Simon. Yes,
I
but that's
appreciate
why I ask you
it.
specifically, what you expect, because if you said, how much it's going to impact the game itself,
Mhm.
you have to know based off what you expect from the Jamaica team, from what it was to what it is now. You understand me? And to be honest, it's not. It has not gotten significantly stronger, right?
Right.
Whilst Mexico fixed some of their problems to bring in a few of the younger players them in the World Cup that we had. Because remember, Hector Herrera and those guys inside midfield was the older ones, and now they have brought in 24-year-old that looking a little bit better. And now they have gotten extreme amount of minutes under their legs in the World Cup. I do believe that that in itself kind of lead them towards a better state, a better section in their development than even Jamaica, because Jamaica still have a work in progress. Even it's barely started. So it go back to the title itself.
Mhm.
If it's going to be effective or if it's going to be a problem, I
Mhm.
want to say if it's even going to be a problem in against the Mexicans, it would have been drawing us closer to level playing field, because the Mexicans would go into this game as favorites, in my opinion, to be honest, from the jump. So the fans would have only make it a much more superior confidence booster and dominance over Jamaica, to be honest, even with a flat out top team, because you need time. You get me? And that's why I don't go on to expect so much incredible things over just off the rip. I said I would wait and give
Mhm.
him time before I even start looking at certain things. Because for me, I don't just jump and just say the end result. You get me? Like even yesterday, I never watched the no, I never did any video, because obviously I told you that my kid and stuff,
Mhm.
and I've been busy from early today.
Right.
I just have a little time and stuff,
Okay.
and I watched the Leon Bailey game and
Right.
Aston Villa. And I today, while I'm cleaning and everything, whilst I'm cleaning and everything, I
Mhm.
took a look at your program, Ryan's program, and I've listened to the commenters them. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like they've watched the game, because Leeds were far better than Aston Villa.
Mhm.
Far better than Aston Villa. The goals just kind of bail out Aston Villa. Leeds finishing was poor, and that's why I said to you I would have given Emi Martinez and the defender as the man of the match. No disrespect to Liam Bailey, he did his job to put the ball in the back of the net. But at the end of the day, remember, they have to be clearing ball off the line, literally the line, with nobody, no keeper in the goal, over and over. So sometimes I said it to say this, sometimes we can't just look at the end result. We have to pay attention to the process a little bit more, in my estimation. And that's why I would say that I don't think it would be so much impactful towards them, because they are that ahead of us. If we defeat them, even with our best team, it would have considered as an upset at this point, in my estimation. You get me? Because it's too early. I know that we have the talent to potentially overthrow them, but for now, I would consider it as not a problem towards the title. And I think if we go on and beat them, it would be a surprising victory, because I don't think we're close to where we want to be as yet.
Understood. I understand what you're saying. So, would you say that the Gold Cup would be a fair view after the Gold Cup to make real assessments and say,
Yes,
okay,
yes. I'm not gonna jump to start criticizing this coach as yet. I will take my time, watch the Mexican match. So the Mexican match is a free hit. If we don't, worst if we don't get any
results?
friendly games, and worst if we don't get any friendly games before, it's
Mm.
very extremely hard for we to be going in judging the man. I know, because the man makes some talk, and a lot of Jamaicans, they are a little bit more Jamaican savvy. You get
Mhm.
me?
Yeah.
They will want to jump on the man due to the fact that the man might not select their friends. You understand me? But I am going to be here to make sure this man get his time and Jamaica get properly audited, because I truly believe that some of the time we pull the plug way too early, and some of the people that's doing good. Because when I check back Schaefer's and those guys, they weren't doing that bad in a Simon. They were actually implementing a system, but sometimes the lack of education around a lot of the people that's instills the organizations, or set the organizations, pose problems because they don't have the natural knowledge. You get me? They're just getting the natural knowledge now when they got this man today. I've heard it from direct personnel that they're saying, we just never knew. And that's what cost us maybe 1 or 2 World Cups. So the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth that we just never knew. And we had the good managers before that could have given us what we need, but we just needed time. So I'm not going to make them spoil this one. And man's up 4 o'clock in nights, having Jamaica getting battered by Panama. I'm not into it. You get me? I'm not into it, man. You get me? Because we're not going back to Tupper Whitmore. No. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that out loud, but I'm sorry. I'm not going back to that foolishness.
What a thing if you end up in Belgium or the Netherlands and live close to you, get one job over.
And do what? And do what, Simon? Everybody in Belgium is educated in football. Everybody before they get a job. You don't get no job. You can't get not even a sweetie down the road until you get certified. That no work. Don't let people, when they watch, don't let people fool you. Tell them about when you can dance and no education and get nothing. You better freeze out the door and dead. You have to be qualified. You get me? Yes, man. So Tapa, I am sure that Tapa will not get a job in Belgium. For what reason? You have 1 million educated coaches. Why would they go there, Simon? Are you just trolling me, Simon?
The Belgium part was a trolling part, man.
Okay, you must be out here trolling me, man. Yeah, man.
All I can say
is getting no job. You're bad mind, I forgot. I'm going to be coming later, man. Don't worry yourself, man. I was just fixing some things, and obviously, if I don't have all the stories together, I prefer not to do any videos. That's just me, because I'm not here to fight with people, because I've realized in this YouTube space, if you don't have things to talk about, like the actual story that's in the title, it will lead down the road of you and a bag of people and know nothing, of course. And me prefer have all the information so me and them can't cuss, because it hurt them feelings when I do talk, because I'm talking the facts when I'm coming. So I made sure to have the facts when I'm coming. You get me? Because I don't want to hold some of them people and punch them up, Sorry, my language again. I'm joking.
I understand. I know you have a busy weekend ahead with publication and so on. So yeah, just a few more minutes and then you do what you have to do. But it's fair. It's fair. I understand exactly what you're saying. And I mean, from a Jamaican standpoint, looking forward to the year ahead, are you a bit nervous about what lies ahead? Are you optimistic? Are you excited?
I said I can't use these phrases. I only can use it on my channel because people understand me. I don't know your fan base, Yes. But I've always said to people, go get a white man and put in the team. You know why? Because we are not going to have any affinity towards them. If they don't do their job, we're going to fire them. But you know what? They are coming to do their job because they have reputations. Oh, ironic. When the coach come in, and the first thing they said about the coach wanted to do his job because he have a reputation online. It was very obvious. If you pick our friends and pick people we can resonate to, it's going to always go down the road, because we know our kind. We are going to always take one piece of the bulla until the bulla finish. We are going to push our limit. That's what I meant. We're going to keep on pushing our limits, and we ain't doing anything. So the man coming in, the man is educated on what he's doing. He had all odds against him, 1 million times more difficult than the CONCACAF region, because as you know, Iceland ain't that good in Europe, to be honest, and they made it places. So it's a good opportunity, I would say, and I am kind of happier. I'm much more happier than before, because I was supporting Suriname and Haiti as well as Jamaica. But this time, I will kind of more support Jamaica a little bit more, because I have a little bit more belief. Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Yes, so I think that he's gonna do good. He's gonna do good, you know. Or I want him to do good so bad because I want Jamaica to be good so bad. All right. Yes.
JD, look at one of the comments from Eagle Republic towards you.
What, JD? I look at Jesse Marsh at Leeds and I think about Tapa Whitmore and shake my head. We are too quick to accept mediocrity in the name of giving a man a bly. All right, all right, all right. But don't. That's what I'm saying. Eagle Republic, it is what it is, you know. But I'm gonna give this man a bly this time because he did something. Tapa never done nothing. You know, Simon agree with me because me a burn on Tapa, but Tapa not do nothing. So don't put him not get no job of Belgium. Which job of Belgium?
Jesus Christ.
Which job? You better go school first. I want you. Go school. That's what I've told the people. Go to school. Don't let anybody tell you about this dunce badness behavior that's plagiarizing Jamaica. Everywhere I've heard a man talk about him dunce. I saw a video a man sent me the other day. I don't know these young artists, you know. I don't know. I only know the rat looking one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know his name. I can't remember their names because there's so much. But you have a new one that talk about some dunce thing. It's embarrassing, man, because back in the days, we Jamaicans were always priding ourselves to say that we want to be the best in the world at certain things. Even if we ain't achieving it, we were always striving to do that. No man's out here saying that he wants to be the dunces thing. Are you believing these things, Simon? Are you supporting these things? You need to step up and cuss in a Simon. You need to find some words to cuss, all right? They're taking over the country. Dunce business.
Sorry, Jaja. Yeah, but you know, it's an interesting point you make, you know, because if you look at the top managers in the world, club and international, they all have a degree in something, whether psychology or in finance. All of them have a degree, and it just shows the level of education. Even though their first degree might not be in something sporting related, they have degree which shows, you know, the level of education from a tertiary institution. Some of them even graduating with masters and so on and so forth. So it shows what is needed to be able to succeed as a coach and or manager at the highest level, whether club wise or internationally. So you're spot on there.
Yes, you know? I know, Simon. I know. Sometimes you have to stop being cautious, Simon. You have to say the truth because YouTube should be about you. It's your space. You own it. So you see what you want. You know, you don't have any censor. Yes, it is the truth. Go and educate yourself. Don't let people tell you about foolishness. You understand me, Eagle Public? Don't let people tell you about, yeah, man, him come from Jamaica, so him need to be in the team. Him come from Jamaica, I need to coach a team because him know the Jamaican ones, the ones where should be the cake. And the Englishman them should be the icing. No, you better go icing yourself and learn something. Or you say, nah, getting a job. The real is real, guys. In order for Jamaica to reach somewhere, we have to take football serious. Why is it the man them where we're gonna play against? You know what? You know why? You know, say I think Jamaicans watch too much Hercules, Simon, and Against the Odds movie. I'm gonna explain myself. You know why?
Please.
We have because we did this so much in the past. We always try to set the odds up because we want to beat the 1 out of 1,000,000 chance for brag for the next 1,000,000 years and don't reach nowhere. And that I think we have in our DNA. I'm going to show you. Let me explain to you now. Look at it now. Every single time Mr. Speedem came out now and said to us that you know what, we have realized that everybody that we're playing against, are educated personnel that sign professional contract from under 17s, so it's going to be all professionals. So what happened to the youths them? So what? Oh no, how long the Jamaican youths them? So in order for we to compete, it simply means that we have to get educated people. When you're educated from 5 years old until you're 17, it simply means you have passed a decades of educating yourself. A man that come off the street last year and said that he wants to impress his girlfriend and play in the Manning Cup in 6 months, what you think he's going to really do towards people that's educated? You're going to be embarrassed. So we are always trying to set the standard because we are, and then no. Let me close off the point. Oh, Maggie them did just lost Mexico team by just an odd goal. or on penalties or one bag of food or goal difference. That's what I've always heard. So if you have the chance to do the right thing, Simon, why not do the right thing from the first place? Why you need to go about the odds and tell me about all the is opportunity the youths them want? So what happened? The national team should not be the opportunity. The national team should be the place where you got opportunity, proving yourself, and you have a standard set, and you come in when you pass the test. You get me? So it should not be. It's a madness they're doing, Simon, and that's why the other day when they tell me that Whisper should be around to eat the food. I'm saying, Simon, what kind of eating food? Why not food I'm had? So what you talking about, Simon? Like he doesn't have food at his home. I know he has food at his home because me and Richie are good friend. So what are you talking about? No, that's the next space. The next person that comes to do a design job in Mexico need to go and do. I can't bother with these bag of foolishness. You find a club, you get your reports every single week because football have gone scientific now. So you're scientific, I should say. So you just take your report, go back home, fix your body, and then fix your brain cells and come back tomorrow and improve yourself. It's very simple. That's it. Nobody play with you in the real world, guys. I know you guys can't stand me sometimes the way I talk, but every single time, 6 months later, you hear from somebody that you guys respect. They said the same thing that I was actually saying 6 months ago. So I guess what's going on? Most of you guys are just 1 year behind my thinking. That's the problem. So don't eat me now. Reserve the HH for 7 months. So when I'm right for six months later in your life, then you love me for the next month. All right? Yes. So, Mr. Simon, sorry to come and fight in the show, but sometimes I have to fight with the fans, you know? Yes, and get them commenting.
I understand.
So what you have to say now? You're going to challenge me on that food analogy?
No, I'm sure.
And whisper food?
No, I'm sure the refrigerator has food. I'm sure the refrigerator and the cupboard have tin items. I'm confident about that.
So what happened? The Mexican food is a little bit different from Jamaican food, or better than Jamaican food? That's what you're saying?
It's a little bit different. A little bit different, yes. A little bit different. I've been here twice, I know. Very, very different. A lot more carbohydrates in the diet over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very different.
Me not comment. Okay, you're not commenting. Okay, but you're actually commenting. Say you're not commenting. You see you? Oh my God, these people are different. Guys, share the man damn live and support the man channel. What is wrong with you now? Let me spend 10 more minutes. If we don't get 75 people here, watch what got. I'm not coming later. So we're gonna teach you a bit. And make sure it's on 75 likes, because I don't make these entries, because I burn out the one cataract, and the platform, because the one cataract walk and tell people that I am a Belgian and I'm selling out to white people, on your channel. The video, you need to look for that video and take it down because it destroyed my reputation. You understand me? Yes, I had to smoke him for 6 years.
6 years.
Every day in YouTube space, every day I smoke him. Every day.
I can't believe you're malicing, man.
No. I cuss him out. He comes on my channel and I cuss him out to his face. Yes, man, every day me and him fight, man. He can't be my friend anymore, Yes.
But what if he wants the link to be on the live?
No, he can't get the link. I have two. That's a good one as well, I have two sets set up now. Both of them are paid for. I don't pick my next setup because I want to skip the StreamYard and don't pay for StreamYard. I paid for StreamYard as well, and also my setup as well. So there are two setups. One is when I want to avoid people and do my own stream. I put up that one. And Cataract still found a way how to get on my phone line and don't want to come off. You get me? So I'm trying to get rid of Cataract, burn out the rock.
Oh no.
He's gonna turn up later and see this video.
No. Mercy. Oh boy.
Yeah, man. Every day I'm out here, I'm fighting, man. Every day I'm out here, I'm burning.
What you had for breakfast? Full of energy this morning, man.
I didn't eat anything from morning. I was just working because we should have like one party outside where you invite a few of our schoolmates, so they come and do that there, and then we have our party over our mom, over my wife's mom, and then we gonna do something here. So she get 3 parties, you know. Yeah, they're living life, you know.
Oh, more than Haka, more than Javon Watson.
Oh, okay, yeah. They normally get a lot of parties here, man. So, Simon, you're not going to escape, you know. What you think about this team? What you truly think about this team? What you expect? What is your expectation if we don't get none of these foreign players now? If we don't get a defense essential, we don't get a right back, and we have to start with what we have, and then we have to rely on King, Topi, and some of the others, them like Paris coming in to add to the front. And then we have to just work with the weak-ass midfield that we have, you know?
Yeah, I'll be disappointed if there is not perhaps 3 to 5 reinforcement. For me, Omari Hutchinson has to be number 1 in terms of getting the official debut for me. Come Mexico. For me, he's at the top priority of that list. Yes, you made a point about the right back and the defensive midfielder. Those are the other priority areas that I would say. If, for example, it is only Omari Hutchinson as a new face, because from arriving on the island, the coach has made the point about the next couple of weeks, watching some of the JPL games, looking at the domestic-based players, and not just an overall of calling players of Jamaican heritage. Cool, I understand all of that 100%. My thing is, whichever squad, whichever 23 is named to go to Mexico, there's one thing that I can guarantee, and that will be that I know it is going to be a 23 that will at least have a work rate that is high. As it relates to Coach Helgrimson and how he wants his team to set up, I know you can say at the end of the day, it comes down to quality, but I know if the passports are not ready for certain players or there's injuries that pop up, at least at the end of the day, I know that there's going to be a unit that's going to work hard for those 90 plus minutes. But to answer your question in particular, I would feel extremely disappointed if those reinforcements are coming. I know the situation when it comes to documentation overseas. Those offices, the consulate in Amsterdam, the consulate in Brussels, the consulate in London and Birmingham, it takes a little longer time than doing it on the island, and you coming on the island and waiting a few hours. So I'm realistic with those expectations. So I'm honestly saying that come Mexico, I'm not expecting 8-10 new face at all. Perhaps John Russell might get an opportunity, and also as well Omari Hutchinson. But I'm more looking forward to the general core that we saw against Argentina. And if that is what is to come, then I actually go into the game with optimism. Of course, we'll have to see what Mexico does against Suriname, but I actually go into the game with a little bit of belief, some confidence that we can get over the line. So this year for me, it's optimism. You know me, very, very positive.
Okay.
There's a thing called the law of attraction.
Yes, okay, but your law of attraction? No. If we have the same team, we're not going nowhere, Simon. That's how I tell you with Eva Algrimson.
The Argentina game you talk? The same squad from the Argentina game?
I said even the same squad from Argentina, we're not going nowhere, Simon. We need defensive midfielders, yes. And we need space on the field. We need to play a little bit more expansive football. We can't go too tentative with these individuals, the Palmas and those things, because we're talking about because we don't have Mexico, we don't have Canada, we don't have United States to face. We realized that we came 6th, right, Simon? We came 6th, you know. That's where we came, you know. So we are acting out here like we came 4th, and everything is okay now because we're in first position. It simply means we almost never came 6th, you know. We almost never came 6th, you know, Simon. That's what you need to remember, you know. So with the next 3 spots, the next 3 automatic spots, we might be out. And most of these guys are the same man that need a little bit more for this team. We needed a right back. Okay. Look at my Wi-Fi went down. No, Simon, I'm not going to let you get away. The man's them not good. Some of the mans them don't good, and Algrimson will figure it out very soon. That's all I'm going to say. Let me leave it right there. We need more reinforcement, or else we not qualify. Even with a weaker qualification rating, straight up. I'm not going around, because I think Curacao and Suriname will be better than us if we keep the same squad. because I think some of these players that we have, they're going to deteriorate over the time, you know, and it's going to get weaker. So we need pieces to make it stronger. That's what I think. Fans, let me know if you agree with me or not. Because remember, I'm tracking people's progression, you know, and decline as well. And I think some of these mans, they are declining as well, you know. So I think before the next World Cup coming, we're going to need centre back, we're going to need right back, possibly a next left back, 2 defensive central in our team, and maybe a winger that can play on both wings. And hopefully at the same time, Kaim Paris do evolve to a level that can help you out, or we get one of those wingers, or Hutchinson improve to a top level. That's what would required for us to go places. You get me?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right. So yes, I agree that Curacao and Suriname, they're getting the passports and they're getting their business quite early. This is over a year before we actually start the qualifiers. Yes, we did come 6th, and I'm sure you would also agree as well that many of those games were quite unfortunate, especially the Canada game. That should have been 3 points at home when we should have had fans in the stands. And then when you're bearing in mind the game against the Americans, the opportunity...
No. Me and you are 2 stats, man. You're not going to get away with it. The Canada game, Mr. Man with their friends, what's his name again? Flemings that bucked the ball out of the goal, right? Okay, no problem. But remember, Canada had 2 clear empty chances. That was the 2 better chances. My boy that came from Jamaica, maybe because he has Jamaican heritage, that's why he never tapped the ball in the goal. And then the winger got the empty chance that he should have just put in the goal, and he puts it straight into Andre Blake's hands. So really and truly, we should not have won that damn game either. We did better. And we competed because we shut down Bobby Reid and O'Neal Fisher, to be honest. Did a good job, and Alphonso Davis and in that game. But we did play good now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not here to bash Jamaica. We did play good. But I don't think we actually deserve to win that game because they got a better chance. We had 1 solid chance. If we had took it and they missed theirs, we would have won the game. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't necessarily think that we were that better than them, you know.
And Kemar Taxi Lawrence's efforts, which was pushed away by the goalkeeper as well.
Okay, yeah, but that was a chance that the goalkeeper was in the goal, Simon. We are talking chances that it's a big chance because the literal advantage is to the player that's coming. Jamaica never had much of that aside from Mr. Franceman. You know, yes, it's easy to remember. Fleming, Mr. Junior Flemings. So you're not going to give them this credit. No, they're not good. We need better players.
Many of those draws should have been wins. The El Salvador one away, the El Salvador one at home. So yeah, we did finish 6th potentially. As I always maintained 2 years ago, I think 4th was the best that we could have achieved.
You see, you keep on a sneak. You see, Mega War. You keep on a sneaking games. You know what you said? El Salvador away.
Yeah.
El Salvador away. We brought out Mikel Antonio. Mikel Antonio came and scored a Jesus Christ goal.
Jesus Christ goal.
And then we should have lost the damn game in the last minute because the man didn't get a sitter to the top in the net, and they missed the goal. So we should have, a draw was deserved in that game because we gave up the opportunity. You keep on try escape. You keep on try get Jamaica credit. No, they're not getting no credit. We're not good.
In the last minute, this is Reggae Boys commentary.
Me emotion are the one Simon set me up, man. You know, me just pass through. I'm here cleaning up this desk upstairs and said I'm gonna fix up some things. You know, Right. But Simon, some of pass through, come burn a fire upon the Reggae Boys, you know? Yeah.
So the Argentina game, we went 4-4-2, as you know, Andre Blake in net, we had Mariapa, we had Lowe, we had Javian Brown, we had Amari Bell, we had Daniel Johnson, we had Ravel Morrison, we had Leon Bailey. We also had up top the likes of Antonio and Shamar Nicholson. And maybe 5 or 7 minutes ago, you would say, I'm not sure if it was the 11 or you said the squad from the Argentina game. Certain man should not be there moving forward.
All right, I'm going to pull up my squad now just to make sure. Tell you who, because you know me, I don't care. You know, I don't. If you allow me to talk in a platform, I will say what I want to say. But I will prefer not to speak right now. But if
No,
you tell me, I can say who I think should not be in the team. You know. Let me see right here.
yeah, because I thought it was the 11. But all right.
I'm trying to look for the lineup, but they're fighting against Jamaica Star because they're only showing Argentina lineup. Okay. Just got Argentina lineup. All right. So we have Leon Bailey playing as a right midfielder, Bobby Reed playing as a left midfielder, Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison. Both of them, I don't think both of them can play in the middle. I don't honestly believe they can do it because they start the games too slow to get the game under control. And to be honest, the system that they're playing, obviously, it's set up for counter attacks. All right, because they've already conceded the midfield towards a 3 from Argentina, right? And that happened. That started the game. And to be honest, Argentina could have been a few goals up. When you're saying that they never dominate us, they created the chances to score goals. But obviously, you have players that missed a lot in the Argentinian team, and they carried it over in the World Cup as well. So I want a much more enforcer in midfield and then one creator and a progressor in midfield for me to feel good playing the 2 in midfield. I don't like this swashbuckle football of 2 individuals that really can't tackle. And I'm going too far. Ravel should have been sent off in 20 minutes. If that was a real game, he's off the field in 20 minutes. People go back and watch that game. So, that is just because you're forced the attacking midfielder to do defensive duties because you're going to come under pressure, and you know that you're going to come under pressure, and you don't put a defensive midfielder behind the progressors of the ball. So, really and truly, I'm not. I am not really sold on this formation as yet, but if I do have a steal in midfield that can make tackles, I would be more comfortable with it. That's all I would say there. All right? But I don't like it though.
Yeah, continue. Go ahead because we're talking through the 11 and who you say. Because the 4-4-2 we're going to have to accept as part of our DNA for some time. So, no, you don't want Rabel and Morrison
No,
together.
Shamar and Mikel Antonio, I would not start. I don't think it's necessary to start two of the forwards. I think you have to have one and then one workhorse as one of the wingers them. You get me? So I would prefer to go, if I'm gonna do like that, I prefer to go with a 4-1 system. You get me? And use one striker, but one defensive central in it. And the game, you will get much more ball in the game, and then you can build up. But the 4-4-2, I think, is much more harder because Damian Lowe and Andre Blake, these are statistical facts. They are not good passers of the ball, and obviously they love to kick the ball away long. So you want to make sure you put the options right in front of them so they can start the play, and then we can build up and learn a lot more in these games. I don't necessarily think that this stretch from the defensive third to the midfield third and the striker works. Remember, Mikel Antonio, he had to be running into channels by himself, trying to hold up against super players just to even have a remote chance. He had to make a driving run from over the right-hand side past 2 to 3 players just to be in a okay position. You want to make sure your teams be in positions before just from the get-go. You want to make them in okay position to get to great positions. You don't want them to be in poor positions to do something remarkable in order to get into an okay position. And I think the other day they got stretched wicked by Argentina for the first 65 minutes. And then they were tired after 80 minutes. So basically, Jamaica only had maybe a 10 minutes gap to try and attack Argentina. And it's based off the formation and the personnel inside the formation, to my honesty. And I think it's just because we have two pretty much ball carriers inside midfield and not much more steel inside midfield. To win back the ball high up the pitch so you can progress the play faster and cause confusion and push back centre backs. All right, because remember, it's in football game, guys, you have to always push back the centre back. You have to always push back the centre back for the team not to advance on you. If you can't push them back, so for instance, you have two attacking midfielders inside the middle there, right? the forwards can't sit back because the spacing will be too much. That's the first thing. All right, and then Jamaica will get dominated, and then the forward will become isolated, and the midfield will lose the battle. And that is the main problem. So you need a man that can win the ball, so the team can fear our team a little bit more, and then now we can trigger our strikers to be effective to pin back their centre backs, and then now you make their system flawed. So if you are going to have space in your midfield and attacking third, they are going to also have isolations on the pitch. So Leon Bailey will become active, and Bobby Reid will become active, and then we can have our defensive centre wing backs them, Javier Brown and Amiri Bell, to do their jobs. So that's my problem. What I saw in the game, you understand me? So I'm not really pleased with these two central midfielders, but obviously I'm coming from things that I'm learning in football, you know. To add to it, you know. Yes, that's what I'm adding to it, and I know the coach will come with similar tactics as well.
And I do have a problem with what you said, you know, but remember we're talking about who from the Argentina squad you wouldn't want in a program in particular moving forward. If it isn't Rebel, if it is a Jamal Lowe or a person that made the bench but never necessarily came on the field.
All right, so okay, oh yeah, but all right, let me tell you now, straight up, Daniel Johnson or Ravel Morrison wouldn't be in the team for me.
11
yeah, I would.
The 11?
No, in the 11. So I think one of them would have to start. And then we get a much more solid defensive midfielder in the team, or a box-to-box player, but somebody that can damn tackle. All right, yes, and then I would have to drop back either. That's why I'm sorry that Roof weren't here, because he can play center forward role very good. Yes, but I think Shamar can play it as well, because he plays for Shalarai left wing. So he plays a left wing forward role. He doesn't play striker role, because everyone from Jamaica thought that he plays central striker for Shalaray. That doesn't. He's a more inverted striker, you know. So he could play the central forward role behind Mikel Antonio, even though he's a couple inches taller than Mikel Antonio. He could play that role behind him, but you have to cluster the midfield to try to slow down attacks. It's too spacey for me. So Daniel Johnson, and if the two strikers has to start, we have to put one of them as central forward. They can't be up there by themselves. It has to be that way, and I prefer not to do that. I prefer to keep Bobby Reid in the team, and then get a next winger in it, either Jamal Lowe from a deeper position, or Kaim Paris from a deeper position that can do the legwork to keep the team ticking over.
Okay.
Yes. So I can go to the squad and tell you who I would have chose, to be honest, but that's another day, you know. That's another day.
Oh boy, I tell you. All right, so I appreciate your time as usual. Hope all is well and the family is all right. Rest up this weekend, and we can start laughing at Liverpool now, since them side down and out.
Bala Kerr, a Jamaica best striker. Boza, a Jamaica best striker, like it or not. He just need to get more game. Bala Kerr, he's not the best striker for his team. I'm sure about that, Bala Kerr. You need to make him his best striker for his team. You come here trying to fight people.
Why is that the agenda, JD? Why are people always fighting you? This is the last question before we go, man. Tell me something. What did you do, or what?
All right, let me explain to you, man. The thing is what I've always said. The problem is I'm a Jamaican, you know, like I'm a born Jamaican, just the same like you and majority of them. But the problem is I don't carry over the overhyping of Jamaica. I try to stay to the topic. And they want to always say me I should be patriotic, and even when I know Jamaica will lose, I should come and tell them that. But I can't gain respect in a job if I'm not going to do my job. You get me? So now I've realized why most of them will get fired. You get me? Because if something come up with Jamaica in it, they have to be patriotic and not talk the truth. You get me? So that's why Balakar and them man there fight against me every single time, because I try to if I'm studying the football, I try to give you what I expect to happen, talk about the individual players and not necessarily Jamaica. That's why I never really string up a Jamaican channel. I said I'm just going to do CONCACAF, because I never wanted to just talk about Jamaica only because I want to bring the light towards most of the Jamaican peoples that they have to be a little bit more social, and it's not about Jamaica only. Because I'm sure when we just play Argentina, we were playing Argentina and not Jamaica playing Jamaica. You understand me? So I said that those are the things they are upset about. We have to have humility going forward and respect the opponent, and that's why we go out and pay so much billions of dollars to get these coaches. You know why? Because the coaches are different from Tapa. You understand me? The coaches respect the opponent, work towards the opponent, go out there with a strategy, and not tell the people to play ball. You understand me? That is also our Jamaican mentality. Go out there to play ball. You get me? Because we're better than them. No, them plan for we, and we go out there because we're big, fast, and strong. You get me? I just want we to be not just more physically skilled than these people, but we are more educated than them. So we are so superior. It's like a 1 to 10 chance you're going to beat us. I'm not going to let the Herculean effort we restart the conversation with. I'm not going to let the Herculean only going to happen once in a lifetime. You get me? You're going to fight against 1 million people and you don't have any. Yeah, so as I said, I started the conversation with the Herculean effort, saying that I don't always want that to happen. Sometimes we can be educated towards the thing and we approach it and we win it before we get on the field. Too much of Jamaica's games, you clearly see that it's just a bag of friend thing. Oh, me get them man for come play for Jamaica. Me get them back for come play and fix them with the JFF, and everything is okay. So just roll ball. No, we want to see tactics. We want to see that we are brighter than the next team and we are going out there to play it. And then when we will be brighter than the next team, we transcend that towards our actual clubs. So we'll be good at our clubs and not go at our USL and then get thrown back in the JPL. You get me? Because why are we so good, but we are such failures? That's a next conversation we have to have as well. If we are so great, we need to show the greatness, and I truly believe that is the high confidence holding us back. Because if we have more humility, go out there and work hard, we will achieve much more. But because we're stuck up and saying that we are great, we don't get to pass the level that we truly deserve to go. And that's why me and them are always fighting. I am not opposing to what the quality of the thing that they are talking about, like you, Leon Bailey. I'm not opposed to Leon Bailey being a good footballer, But I am just opposing the part when they say it's the best thing in the Premier League. And I'm saying, no, that's a lie. Because I'm watching the player and I'm watching all the other players. But they just turn in when the Leon Bailey playing. So who you expect they're going to say is the best player, Simon? No, most Leon Bailey. Because them only turn up when Leon Bailey play. So now that them do think as well. Because of the society shape you in a Simon. You can't be different for your society, Simon. I don't know. Maybe now in a more technological era, you can be a little bit different for your society because you can get exposed to other societies. But 99% of the time, your society shapes you. You get me? So if the people always over-eye people, you're going to go in most of the overseas training them overconfident. And then you reach the way because you only have 4 chances with a next society then. You get me? And that is a problem. That's why most of our players them can't really reach the way. And the truth, Simon, I tell you. But as I say, every time when I talk something, and 6 months later, somebody come and say it. So 6 months later, you're going to realize, say, I true me talk with them players. That's why them not reach away. Because them ego, Yeah.
Yeah. I follow exactly what you're saying. Let's just be careful not to generalize, because what one person is not necessarily the whole masses, if you understand what I mean. Not everybody like you and I have traveled to X amount of countries in the world. So there are certain societies that they're in and only in one bubble for a certain period of time. But when they travel, they'll get to see this and experience this and have a different mindset of things. So
that's true.
So for some people, it's just a matter of time before they say, wow.
Yes, but Simon, so when me come and tell them, not tell me, I tell you, everybody know me as an honest person. So we just damn listen. You understand me? And don't fight me. But you remember the question you asked, why them always fight me? Because they are not subjected to change. That is them problem. Them want them say me leave and if I come be CMJD when them know in a Jamaica. It can't happen because me not there Jamaica. And that's the problem. It can't happen. So Balaker, JD, you lie. Me and you ever fight on YouTube. Balaker, Simon, the first time I knew Balaker, I tell me about my mother on my channel.
You serious?
So the first time I know him, I fight me and him I fight on YouTube. So him and Eliad.
Oh no.
Me ever call people and say, brother, what kind of category is this?
Oh no.
I've not even done anything. I just reported a factual statement, and because it was against his cronies, he told me about my mother. You understand it? So you see, you Balaker, stop playing with me now. All right, because I promise you, if you see me in front of my face, I couldn't tell my mother. I promise you that. I'm not body up, you know. But I tell you, I wouldn't tell my mother. I'm sure of that.
Oh,
all right, my God. So Simon get a out of me.
Yes,
stress me out now for the rest of my day.
No, man, go drink some water and fix up the desk and tape.
I have more water here, man. I have more water here because I set up my something them. So let me see what I'm going. JD, you would listen to bloggers say players that are playing at the top level is no good, but they would call schoolboy players. I think that's the next problem in assignment. Before I leave, I really want to talk about this. How important do you think the vloggers are? Because remember, you have a thing called YouTubers. All right. So, like for instance, you have the YouTubers them that supports England and they talk about England. They're not as influential on England football, but obviously Jamaica is a smaller society, so it's easier to be more influential. So, how influential you think that the vloggers are? And then I will give you my follow-up question.
All right. So as it relates to those in England, I think those around the clubs, they're a vital stakeholder, but the national team, not really much of a say.
Yes.
But from a Jamaican standpoint, very, very important in terms of the information that is being dispensed and keeping players, administrators, officials on their toes to an extent, because the content is being divulged, the content is being taken in, and persons are being held. The accountability is there. So that's why I would say it is an asset on this platform.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So so how educated do you think we have to be towards this thing if we are so instrumental towards changes? Then you don't think that it should be mandated that we have educate ourselves so we can improve something, or you think we can just come as how we are?
No, it has to be educated. I would have to say so. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because the problem is, that's what Chris Smith says. I think we are not as educated as on what we're doing. Majority of us doing this thing, we're not as educated on what we're doing. So we don't know if impactful we are on this thing. You get me? Yeah, so that's what I think the problem is, Chris Smith. And I've always lead with education first. So that's why I said if I don't have the topics, I would not go and do the stream, because I don't want to come here just because I love look up upon people numbers and I want a few super chat or something. I don't join those things. I want to hear what you have to say because I had a belief in my head and I wanted to know if I am wrong. So once I'm coming here, it's like I'm trying to learn something. So I truly wanted an answer towards something. That's why I do turn up. You get me? And now I've realized that we're influential towards the thing. I try to go and educate myself. And once I went and educate myself, I've realized that what I was actually saying, even though I knew it was true, now I've realized that it's 100% fact. So the reason why I said that to say this, Chris Smith, the reason why others can't figure it out, it's because they are not educating themselves. So what I would ask people to do in these spaces, especially Jamaica, it's not the same as England. Jamaica have a space that we need help anywhere we can get it. Educate yourself. You get me? Educate yourself.
Yeah. JD stream froze again, but it should be.
Yes, no, it's mine. I'm saying just educate yourself. You know, just educate yourself and know the responsibility that we do have out here, because it's always important that we put our best foot forward. If it's money you want when you started this thing, um, just make sure once you do your job, you will get money. I don't think money is an issue on YouTube. Money comes via one click off a video. So just do your job, you know? Yes. Because sometimes I've heard some statements on my channel because
Appreciate your
obviously
time. Thank you very much. Really.
okay, Simon, you froze arm, it's mine.
I think I froze a moment ago.
Okay. Yeah, man. So all I'm saying is, in terms of vloggers and stuff, you have to educate yourself on the conversation because you're important towards where Jamaica will be in need to go in order to qualify. All right, because you have to get the funds to go to the stadium. And you have to so you have to educate yourself so you can inform the people properly. You know, yes, because if you stir up one bag of problem, it's easy. You can turn people on the coach. You understand me? If you come out and say, Whisper need to start in a team, I just use Whisper as a reference. Whisper need to start in a national team, and every vlogger starts say it, and me now know and I work out everything. They made my job difficult, but at the same time, Simon, they have made the coach's job difficult as well because now the JFF that would be considered as his overseer would see a dropping thing and a bag of plaque sign said Whisper need to be in the team. You understand me? So that's why we know that the vlogging part towards Jamaica is very much important going forward. So we have to educate ourselves. Even if we can't go on school because we can't afford it, just literally go on the internet. And the internet teach you things, so just learn and catch up to reality and take your time out, man. You get me? Because it's important. Balakar, the video that I had, Balakar went off the internet, obviously because my channel got shut down, Sir Balakar. So that's why I don't have it. But Balakar, it was true, man. You know why it's true? You can ask even other YouTubers because I did contact another YouTuber, ask who you are. You get me? At the time. So it was true, man. Remember, good man. Remember when the players they were fighting for the 7,000 and the 2,000, and everybody had tell me some work for JFF and something because I was talking sense, and everybody talking pretty much nonsense and fighting the JFF at the time. Yeah, so that's the situation. But I'm not going into that. I will fight you on my own channel. Leave Simon channel for the higher quality. You know.
Sir JD, appreciate your time, man. Rest up, drink some water, and we'll stay in touch for sure, man.
Yeah, man. Take care of yourself, Simon, all right? And people, bye-bye. Take care, all right? Make sure to get the man damn video to 70 likes or 100 likes.
Big up, JD.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Take it easy. Yes, folks. Quite a day we had. But there's still some more to come. Yep. Which coach could be on the move? Find out later. All right, guys. Take care. This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.